like to stay at Wimbledon because obviously they're coming up now. They're on a high, and what they've done is 5 promotions in like 8 or 9 seasons. So I'd like to just stay at Wimbledon.
Well, with me now, AFC Wimbledon's long-serving centre-back Will Nightingale. Will, you've committed to a new 3.5-year deal with the Dons. Give us your reaction.
Yeah, obviously I'm delighted to sign. Everyone knows how much this club means to me. It's important for myself to obviously tie myself down, and now I can just, all I want to do is focus on keeping this club up in the league at the moment. It's
a big contract as well for you. I mean, it's, the prime years of your career are coming up now, so it's a really important one in this your career, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously I've now got to go and show what I'm about really. I've got to prove that I deserve this, and I've got to go and perform on the pitch really. I know we're in a tough position at the minute, but every single bit of my focus is on keeping us up.
Yeah, I think it's great news for the club, really exciting. I think the days of a one club man everyone thought had gone. So Will's been here 18 years now, and he joined at 8, and the fact that really now he's looking to finish his career here, because it's to take him till he's nearly 30, and there's no reason why he can't go beyond that. I just think it's absolutely fantastic news for the club. Everyone knows what Will's about. I believe there's still more to come. Before his injury at the start of the season, I believe he was playing the best football of his career, scoring goals. I think he was the top scorer in the league for a centre-back, and looking so comfortable on the ball. And I know there's more to come from him. And as I said, people worried about his injuries, but they're gone now. The injury he got this season was a total, could have happened to anyone. He's turned his foot on the pitch. It was nothing else than that. So I think it's absolutely fantastic news for the club.
Young family as well, settled in the area. Stadium now, we've got that in place. How much were these factors into your decision making?
Of course, it's important to be settled, and obviously with my young family, like you said, obviously I've got to take them into consideration. But again, like everyone knows how much this club means to me, how much obviously Robbo means to not just me but all of the boys as well. So it's a club that is on the up. It's not going to feel like it at the minute, but I do believe that this club has so much potential when we just fine-tune the important bits at the minute that we're not quite getting right.
Well, exactly. I mean, there's a long-term vision here that Robbo's trying to implement, so that must have been very important to you as well, yeah?
Yeah, there's never really been that pathway or that vision for past such a short term really, and obviously the club want to try and change that. They want to try and build something, and they want to try and get to the next level. And although things might not seem like we're getting there at the minute, there are so many things that we're getting right that go on behind the scenes that obviously when we do get the other bits right on the pitch, which is obviously the most important thing, especially for me as a player, then I really do believe this club will flourish. So we're working hard, and fair enough, we've got to work harder and be better and improve, and I completely understand that, and that's what we're striving to do.
And as part of that long-term vision as well, I mean, you've seen good friends of yours, Nick Zanev, Paul Kalambai, young Ayub Asal, this season they've all committed to new deals as well. That must be important to you, yeah?
Yeah, for sure, and obviously they're top quality players. I think if people can see how much potential people like Tans has, how much potential Ayub has, and PK as well, and I think that shows a statement really, the fact that we're tying down players that have obviously had interest from elsewhere, which is no secret really. The fact that we're tying them down obviously shows something. So it is good to be with these players, and obviously tie myself down as well. And now we've all got to kick on, and we've all got to do what we can for this football club.
And it fits in with, of course, Nick Zanev, Paul Kalambai, Ayub Asal, all committed to the club as well, yeah?
Yeah, and you need that. You need, everyone needs that. It's not only good for them, it's not only good for the club, it's good for other players because they see that players are committing to the club, and that helps you move forward. So I think it's really exciting news for the club.
We're also attracting quality players as well now. We've got Lee Browning, of course, in January. He's of course said, what we need to be doing in the closing stages to this season. What did you make of the comments?
Yeah, obviously he's had a high-profile career really. I think he come through at QPR, and obviously he's just most recently been at Portsmouth. He's had success in his career, and everything he said, spot on, absolutely spot on. He didn't put it politely, and to be honest, I completely agree with him really. At the end of the day, we're the ones on the pitch, and it's simply not good enough. Everyone needs a reality check, everyone needs to look at themselves, and everyone needs to bring to the table what they can and show how much it means to them, and and do it for the club, because there's so many good people at this club, and the fans, they don't deserve this, and we're working hard to get better, like I said, and I understand it's not about that, it's crunch time, and it's what we do, so we'll put it right.
Good to hear.
A lot of sacrifices involved in getting to there,
Yeah, I've really had to sacrifice like doing A-levels at school to be a part of this, and so I really want to make it now.
That is tough. You've also got there are a lot of sacrifices you've got to make. Sometimes you've got to put in the extra hours, stay behind after training. You've got to make them sacrifices if you want to be as good as you can be. Then you have got to know that it's not easy to make it. There's so many people that want it, so you have got to go that extra mile, sort of thing. I just can't be happy about the goal. I was saying if we stay up at the end of when we stay up at the end of the season, because I believe we're going to do it, then I can reflect back on this moment and be happy about it. Genuinely, I'm shocked, bit shaken up, overwhelmed. Obviously, I've been here for a long time, so this club means so much to me. To come through the ranks, win Young Player of the Year the other year, and win now the Main Player of the Year means everything.
Over the years we've been doing this, you've had your setbacks with your injuries, but you've got through them. So how much does days like this, when you've signed a new 3.5-year deal, how much do you appreciate that even more now?
Yeah, massively. Ups and downs of everyone's careers, and obviously it's no secret that I've had my downs, and it does make days like today obviously a massive high. I am over the moon to be signing, but I can't fully be happy until I've had success with this club, and obviously the main one now for me is keeping the club in League One, and I'll be happy once I start helping this football club. So I'm doing my best.
And this club being a part of your life, we were just trying to work out as well, how many years is it now for you? It's a big part of your life, yeah?
Yeah, 18 years, so obviously more of my life here than not, and like I said, I love the club. Like, for me, I am one of the fans. I know what it means. I am one of you, and I want the best for this football club.
Targets in terms of moving forward, first of all, personally, I guess, you want to get to the 200 appearances, and then recent times as well, you've been scoring a lot more in the past year, haven't you?
Yeah, I've added goals to my game, which is something that I always believed I could. It's frustrating because I feel like I should have obviously scored since coming back. I think I had the header, the last kick of the game at Donny, and would have ended up nicking that game 3-2. So it would have been nice if I could have added to my goal tally there. So I believe another goal's come in, and again working with Andy on the training ground to try and make that next one come.
But that amount of time as well, as I said, 3.5-year deal, we're talking about 200 appearances. I mean, even further, yeah, you want 300, you want 400, you want to become a real established figure in that side, yeah? Yeah,
obviously I have my own personal targets, my own personal goals, but at the minute I want to set them aside, and I want to do everything for this club, for the team really. I'll sacrifice anything for myself just to give this club what they deserve.
Goals with the club as well, you want to sort of like push forward the club to championship maybe one day?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's so hard to talk about this stuff with obviously the current time and the situation, and us as players, we completely understand, we get it, so we're trying to stick together at the minute, and I think the frustrating bit is, I think if you take the back end of last season, I think the last 10 games, and I know you don't want to talk in the past, but the last 10 games of last season under Robbo, I think we would have been third in the league, and then you take that into this season and the start we had, I think after the first 8 or 9 games we got up to 4th. So I mean, that's a big chunk of games really, hitting on close to 20 games in your third, fourth, with it, like based off of them. So there was so much promise that it was almost like the second we started to let ourselves down with a couple of games, we set such high expectations on ourselves that somewhere along the line we started to go down a downward spiral. And now, admittedly, we are in a terrible rut, but I genuinely believe we're more than good enough to get out of this, and we've just got to keep that positivity really. At the end of the day, 10 games to go, 10 cup finals really. We've not been in the bottom 4 once this season, and we believe that we should be much higher up the position. So we've got to put aside any negativity, we've got to stick together. This club's come through such tough times and it's had to have resilience. That's what this club was built on. So it's now time to roll our sleeves up and show that, and it's time for each and every single player to bring what they can to the table.
Well, there's a piece of history there right behind you there as well, your number 5 shirt from the first game back at Plough Lane from the museum. I guess there's more things that you want to add to that in the years ahead, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. Even that first game, it didn't really feel proper. I've said it before, just because the fans weren't there to experience it. And this club, as cliche as it sounds, it is all about the fans, because we literally were built from the fans. So I think I joined the club in its second year of being reformed, and I've seen its whole journey since then, really. So yeah, I mean, it was obviously a nice touch for me to be the first one to score in front of the fans as well, and I want to bring those good times and those good moments back, because it's what they deserve, like I said previously. But for now, every single bit of my focus, keep this club in League One, and then we can start to kick on.